Alright, let's move on. Next video. Dude, I swear, it's all pie. It's all pie. It's the only advertisement you freaking have right now, YouTube. Really? Are they the only people paying money for you right now? Huh.
YouTube banning ad blockers, like, chill guys, just use Pi. It's a free Chrome extension, and it basically blocks ads for you. And
hey, what's up guys, Ruff here. So today we're going to be going over several subjects, mainly focusing on several parties, including Hassan Piker, Asmongold, and really Twitch as a platform. So recently we talked about Hassan
I'm gonna be honest, I gotta say something. There is actually a little bit of newer news to this. This came out 3 days ago. Since then, so I have heard word that apparently even freaking Elon Musk may have been involved. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch that, and even though I'm not used to, I don't normally like to react to people reacting, I'm gonna react to an OzDaMonke video. Literally this one. He crossed the line. I think that's the one.
Receiving a ban on
I was
Twitch,
watching.
presumably for his comments where many people interpreted them as an advocation for violence against a sitting U.S. official. Now, I have to admit...
And not the first time he's made a call for violence against a sitting U.S. official.
In my previous coverage of this situation, I got something very, very wrong. Yes, I'm going to admit I got something wrong. What is that thing? Well, originally when I saw this ban happen, I said, I give him 3 days. I think it'll be a 3-day ban, which is already a big insult to a lot of other people on the platform who have gotten month-long bans or perma-bans over ridiculous things that don't even come close to the severity of what he said. But I was wrong about that. Turns out, he got 1 day. So only a few hours before recording this video, he has been officially unbanned on Twitch. He got a 24-hour ban. That's it. For what he did, he got a 24-hour ban. Now we're going to look at the reaction to that and some of the things he's posted after getting unbanned. But let's look at what happened in between the ban and the unbanning. And there was this video right here. This is primarily his response, an 18-minute video uploaded onto YouTube that's gotten a lot of attention. And as you can see, the title is I Got Canceled. This is pretty much 18 minutes of trying to throw a pity party for himself and acting like he is the innocent victim of cancel culture, which is very rich coming from Hassan Piker, of all people. But let's listen to the first 30 or...
Not only that, but it's also a very disingenuous one, because you have to understand
40 seconds to get some context as to...
You have to understand that people are still getting banned over things that he said. It's just that they showed the clips of him saying it. And that's the latest freaking controversy. And so it's really, really starting to show just how, like, it's really transparent just how how much the Twitch leadership, frankly all of them, really, really like Hassan and are willing to defend him and frankly believe in his politics. They're all extremists as far as I'm concerned now.
What he believes is the heart of the issue here.
What's up, everyone? If you're seeing this, that means I've probably been banned. That's right. Cancel culture has finally come for me. Oh my God, it's over. It's over. The free speech warriors. Where are you now? They've taken me out, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. I'm done. A couple days ago, I had a conversation where I was responding to the Republican House of Representatives Speaker, and I said some things. Let's take a look at what I said. Libs of TikTok, of course, posted about it. Here is what Libs of TikTok claimed I was saying. Hassan Piker just called for violence against a sitting U.S. senator.
Here's what Libs of TikTok claimed I said. They're not claiming anything. You freaking said it. There's the video. They claim I said this.
If you cared about Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
That's literally what you said, by the way. They're not making up what you said. This is in quotes.
It's not a claim.
Directly what you said.
FBI. This got 17,000 likes. This was on February 28th.
That's a big deal.
Let's take a look at this clip really quickly.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay?
They claimed he said that, by the way. They claimed it. It's just a claim. No, that's literally you saying it. That's literally you calling for the death of a sitting senator.
Something pretty funny about that, apparently. But that's the situation, right? So he believes he's been targeted by these free speech advocates who are now hypocritically supporting what he believes.
Bro is literally actively making lies, like, on the spot. This is their claim. He's, like, actively gaslighting himself, I guess.
Believes is some unfair ban, but also he's given the context of the clip where he says this, and we'll see the further context that he believes nobody is seeing, even though everyone's already seen it and believe it actually makes it worse. But he's been blaming pretty much everyone but himself for what happened here. He's not blaming Twitch, who actually pushed the button to ban him. He's banning all of his opponents, including the right-wing free speech lovers. He said this in response to his ban, saying, big shout out to the right-wing free speech lovers who took time out of their day screaming about DEI and immigrants to cry about this. Now, this is funny because this has nothing to do with any sort of political side here. What he said would have still been bad regardless of the topic. It's an advocation for violence. That's what people believe his comments were doing. So that is not free speech. You're not allowed to advocate for violence. That's not protected free speech. And at the very minimum, you know, getting beyond legal terms
yeah, it's literally against Twitch's TOS.
Here, we're talking about Twitch's TOS, and I think it's pretty obvious to everyone here that the comments he made violate Twitch's TOS, and that's been proven by Twitch themselves. But anyways, there's one other person he blames pretty much most of this on, and it's Asmongold, because of course, he spent the majority of this video talking about Asmongold. You know, forget the comments that are centered around this entire thing that he made. Somehow it's Asmongold's fault. And once again, he can't talk about Asmongold for 1 second.
It's so funny too, because he's like losing his mind because I guess Asmongold is like 100 times more popular than him. And he's really pissed off because he keeps saying that Asmongold is a political streamer when Asmongold's like not. He's like a video game streamer, like guy. He does reactions all the time, but he mainly does like video games. And bro is just like so like stuck on this, bro. He just cannot get Asmongold's like name out of his mouth
without bringing up view count. Without bringing up
he really hates that Asmongold is more popular than him.
Him as the top political streamer on Twitch, a title again that only Hassan cares about. But let's listen to about 2 minutes.
Yeah, Asmongold is not a political. Even Asmongold is like, I'm not the top political streamer on Twitch because I'm not a political streamer. Hassan's the top political streamer, but Hassan's just mad because Asmongold gets way more viewers than him and has like way more success.
Asmongold, for those of you who don't know, is a right-wing political commentator.
P.S. As somebody who does watch Asmongold, he calls out the right and the left wing constantly. He freaking hates a lot of people on both sides. Like it's not nobody's like he's just trying to push people. Like he's trying to poison the well and be like, he's right wing. This is why I don't like me. It's like no, he's not.
He's
but okay.
Still going with the right wing angle on Asmongold here, which is really funny, but not too surprising for someone like Hassan, who basically would consider.
It's funny because I wouldn't be surprised if soon enough, because he uses the right wing thing the same way he uses Destiny's name. They're probably a Destiny fan. It's like I can't wait. Soon enough, it's gonna be like Asmongold is a Destiny fanboy.
Revolutionary as right wing, but anyways, that's not surprising.
Does have some centrist opinions every now and then. I believe he himself actually is a big advocate for healthcare, likes Bernie Sanders, but spends most of his time simply sitting around and reacting to Donald Trump. He is now.
Oh yeah, Asmongold does a lot of Donald Trump reactions. He clowns on Donald Trump so freaking often. All the time. It's freaking hilarious. No, he gives him credit where credit's due, I guess.
That's weird. That's like a weird
So
thing
you can
to
watch
raise.
him if you like him.
He's right-wing because he reacts to the sitting president of his country. Like, you live in America.
Yeah, I remember watching the whole Zelensky Donald Trump fight, and Asmon was like super. He was like talking. He was like not talking good about JD Vance and Donald. So I don't get where this is coming from. Again, it seems like he's trying to paint Asmon as like a political right wing.
Trump and react to him.
But it's like, bro, he's not. this is just other people in the platform like seeing you for what you are and calling you out. Like, not everybody cares about politics like you do.
Political streamer? What kind of a criticism is that?
No,
Now,
not everybody has to take a
officially,
side.
By my estimations, a larger right-wing political commentator than even the likes of Ben Shapiro. Very successful.
Ah, yes. When I think of right-wing pundits, I think of Ben Shapiro and
Yo, Ben Shapiro has a funny voice.
Asmongold.
In this field, his videos reacting to Donald Trump get millions of views.
It's literally, that last one is literally a meme. It's AI-generated versions of Zelensky and Trump fighting. Like, it's a meme. Like, it's not even meant to be that deep.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually,
Literally, that last one is literally a meme. It's AI-generated versions of Zelensky and Trump fighting. Like, it's a...
Reacting to Donald Trump.
Ah, yes. When I think of
Let me see.
right-wing pundits, I think of Ben Shapiro
I watched that video.
and Asmongold.
They started like punching each other and
These
stuff.
videos
But
reacting
it was
to
fake.
Donald
It's fake.
Trump
It's AI.
get mil-
He's right. Yeah, where they started like getting into a fight. That was hilarious.
that deep.
more so than the Daily Wire could ever dream of. Asmongold also is the
He
largest
was just
political
clowning
content
on
creator
Donald.
Twitch in general. He's the largest political streamer now. He's
It's funny.
double my size. He's always been double my size, but he's
Blazing
now
him up,
double my
man.
size when it comes to political commentary.
It really irks him, by the way. He will not stop talking about how much more successful Asmongold is, by the way. This is every single time he talks about Asmongold, he brings it up.
As well. So let's see what the largest free speech defender had to say. He actually voluntarily brings this up in a YouTube video called "What the Fuck is Twitch Doing?" The YouTube video is from 2 days ago with 1 million views. The first 13 minutes of it is just reacting to the latest Ethan Klein video, who is falsely smearing me as someone who doesn't care about Israeli civilians or whatever.
Well, how would people ever get that impression? I mean, you famously made that quote where you consider babies to be enemy combatants. Like, how else would people interpret some of those things?
Which is obvious.
Yeah, he has said, he's been very outspoken that babies are valid military targets for the terrorists to attack.
Obviously incorrect, but we'll get to that perhaps down the line. He packaged that up with the libs of TikTok video to call for my banning.
Let me see if I can find it here. Like I do, as I said, I do try to maintain a degree of neutrality with a lot of this stuff. And I try not to go too like super hard on it. I'll link you guys the video real quick before I get into it. And
He's linking the Ethan Klein video to his audience because, you know, to show support.
yeah, there's the video. It's
Yeah, no duh. Everybody, you're supposed to do that as a reaction video. Like, if you don't link the video as a reactioner, then you suck.
the Ethan video.
It's a recent content nuke, and another video as well, smaller one he's made, talking about Hassan Piker, which Hassan Piker won't watch unless apparently they watch it together in person or some weird terms like that. But he has not watched the video yet, even though it's like 2.5 hours about him and all of the controversies and controversial things he's said over the years.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologies to certain regimes.
Sorry. Still a little sick. I'm trying to, like...
Past. You know, Ethan, who
Kinda holding the
really
phlegm.
cares about anti-Semitism, of course. That's why he constantly comes after me, someone he knows has a long track record, alongside him at times, attacking anti-Semites and explaining to people what famous dog whistles are and things of that nature.
Which is weird, because he uses dog whistles now. He uses the word Zionist whenever he means Jews.
That's pretty funny. He has a weird way of showing those values that he just glazed himself over talking about, because this is the guy who famously not only platformed but glazed all over a Houthi terrorist, someone who quite literally is harming innocent people. I mean, really, do we have to say any more than platforming and glazing up a terrorist? Let's play the famous clip, the Loof.
Yeah, and again, I have to say this, because a lot of people are against this. It doesn't really matter to me. If you want to interview someone like that, I'm totally fine with it. I believe that, to a certain degree, it allows an insight into the minds of these organizations, and is important for history to document these things. That being said, there's a difference between an interview in good faith and literally just bringing on a actual terrorist to promote them, promote their lifestyle, and basically put them up on a pedestal and make them seem like somebody that you should be aspiring towards becoming, like, you know?
Clip, okay? This is one of the most cringe things you'll ever find on the internet.
Okay, this is a stupid question. Okay, you can preface it with that. Does he know what One Piece is?
One Piece, like, is that an organization?
No, One Piece is an anime.
Oh, okay. أول إشي بقول لك إنه ممكن هذا السؤال يكون شوي أهبل بس بسألك تعرف شو هو One Piece؟ عمرك سمعت ب One Piece؟
اكيد يعني منذ الطفوله وانا اشاهد ون بيس لوفي.
Luffy?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
No
Yeah.
way!
That's sick!
Oh, that's so quirk chungus and relatable. Literally.
This, while he actively knows and is in contact with a bunch of French captives that they had taken captives from a ship. Rather than asking about the safety and well-being of those people that were kidnapped, he starts freaking talking about One Piece. But then he goes on Trash Taste, and instead of talking about anime or One Piece, he talks about terrorists and the freaking political BS.
Facing over this guy, this terrorist, watching One Piece or being aware of One Piece. Like, it's so crazy. But we're talking about, you know, he's in the fight to combat anti-Semitism, you know, unlike Asmongold, apparently, and these other people. Like, does he even know, like, the main mantra of the Houthis? Like, it's literally, you know, besides the death to America.
It's literally in their flag, where it says, like,
part, which, you know,
a curse upon Jews, death to America. It's in their flag.
But then it says death to Israel, curse on the Jews. This is a person with this sort of mantra behind his group that you're.
This is who Hassan supports, and then he says that Ethan is falsely claiming it as someone who does not care about Israelites. Come on, bro.
And glazing all over because he watches One Piece. Like
Israelis, Israelites, I'm not sure. There's even like terms for different Israelis now. I don't know anymore, bro.
It's insane. And also, just in case
they've made so many dog whistles for Jews now. I don't even know.
Very recently, the U.S. Department of State has officially designated the Houthis as a foreign terrorist organization. The only thing that I'm surprised by,
the thing is, they've been a terrorist organization for a while.
At this point, is that they weren't already. But anyways, let's continue on.
No, they were. I think there was like a big thing. I think they were just like reminding the public. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe they were. Were they not? Somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong.
I think it's important because he centers like the whole video around his claim that Asmongold doesn't know the context and other people don't know the context of what he got in trouble for with Twitch, but they've already seen it.
And Twitch doesn't do anything? Well, I don't know if they've really seen it or anybody's reported it or anything like that.
I think Asmongold is covering this because he wants Twitch to see it. He's done this a couple times in the past couple of weeks. I understand. We are ideologically butting heads on Twitch. Asmongold and I disagree vehemently on a lot.
There's no real butting of the heads. Asmongold just reacts to things. Reacts to like videos, reacted to the content nuke, and Hassan is starting like is like throwing fists at like ghosts, trying to fight. Asmongold is not even fighting, bro. He's like Thanos. Like I'm not even like what are you doing? Like stop! I'm not even fighting. Hassan is really trying to like
issues all the way from the history of Nazi Germany down to the fact that immigrants are not actually contributing to the American crime rates in the way that the Republican administration presents it. They're not.
By the way, like,
which doesn't make any sense because if you're an illegal immigrant, then yes, you are illegal, which is a crime. So yes, by definition, you technically are.
What are we even talking about? Like, what does this have to do with the comments he made about Rick Scott?
It has nothing to do with the comments he made about Rick Scott. He's just trying to destroy. He's trying to basically destroy Asmon's character, in order to like make it seem like Asmongold is some bad person and he's good. But this is what Hassan has always done. He tries to like gaslight people and paint the picture the way he wants it, like people to see it.
Does this justify or dampen the impact. Like, he's trying to frame like, oh, Asmongold, he's such a bad guy. Oh, he's responsible for all of this. It's like, dude, you got banned because you made crazy comments. Like,
yeah, he got banned because he called for the death of a senator. It has nothing to do with Asmongold.
What do you mean?
Or anybody.
Like, why is Asmongold, like, the majority of the focus in this video? It's absolutely insane.
Not destroying our...
Frankly, it's because Asmongold is like the new is like basically the new Joe Rogan. He's the next generation Joe Rogan, and that pisses off Hassan.
Culture and the way
because he's been trying to like take that title.
Subject matter. There's plenty of disagreements there, and I think that he's doing this deliberately. I will say, in an effort to.
Honestly, he's becoming irrelevant, and people are starting to see that he's just sort of full of shiz, and that none of his opinions really matter. So, a lot of people are just like, he's just sort of getting sick of like not getting the respect, I guess, that he wants.
The clip's too short. Maybe it's out of context.
Before? Like what?
I hope so. I definitely do. Hopefully,
well, it
it's
seems
out of
like
context.
anyways.
Now, once he said this, does Asmongold go back and seek out the context?
He
No,
does.
he doesn't. Instead,
he does.
He follows
in that same video. He actually does.
Through basically packaging this as a Hassan is a radical who must be banned. It's a joke, Lamau.
Well, unfortunately for him, his claim about Asmongold not seeking out the context is just.
And again, Hassan edits it so that he doesn't show Asmongold going back to get the context. Like, yeah, he's like guilty of doing all the stuff he's like using Asmongold to doing.
Here's a clip of him watching the additional context, and this is something that's been all over the internet. I don't know why he's saying that.
The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he, to this day, is still...
He repeats it.
Also known as committing the largest
Medicare he makes it worse, if anything.
In U.S. history.
He really makes it worse if you get the full context. He does it twice.
Oh, God.
The thing is, again, I'll repeat it since I said it last time. I think there's nothing
the full
more
context is way worse.
Trying to say, well, I can say whatever I want about this individual because I think they're a bad person. Okay, they can be a bad person with all these claims against them, but that doesn't mean you circumvent TOS and the law because of that. It's such a juvenile approach. Like, if I said...
No, he circumvents TOS because they like him.
Terrorists that this guy glazes over, yeah, a lot of people might agree with it and might feel like it's vindicated because of the context, but you're still gonna get in trouble with the platforms and possibly the law because they don't make exceptions for bad people. It's crazy. And again, here is the actual context being provided, being reacted to by the person he's complaining about for not looking at the full context, allegedly, which, as we can see, not true. And I think this whole juxtaposition, too, with the reactions of Asmongold to his latest controversy about his comments involving Palestine as well as Israel, and getting a 2-week ban, immediately rolling it back, apologizing, and then accepting the 2-week ban, and then you have Hassan having this context, and his immediate reaction is defiance, and to say, I'm being canceled, this is unfair, it's everyone else's fault, not my own.
He cries like a baby, but it works, because Twitch unbanned him.
Pointing out. But you know how this ends, okay? He's been unbanned after 1 day and 3 minutes. They were 3 minutes and 12 seconds delayed. I don't know if Dan Clancy was up to something. He was a little busy with Hassan. I don't know, man. But he has been unbanned. And honestly, like I said, I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah, Dan got out from under Hassan's desk. And, went ahead and unbanned him.
Surprised I thought it would be 3, but hey, a lot of other people got it right when they said it would be a 1-day ban. And I'm of the camp that believes this is actually more pathetic than not banning him at all. This is just performative, okay? It's for Twitch to cover their own ass. I think it's very obvious. They want to say, we did something about this situation. We banned
And I was trying to defend them, too, saying that if it's a 30-day ban, it was going to be good.
But they're doing it for
nope.
the minimum amount of time. I mean, I've never seen anything shorter than a 1-day ban unless it was like an outrageous false claim on the ban itself. But yeah, 24 hours for what he said is an absolutely wild thing, especially when you consider the greater context of the platform, whether you're looking at other traditional streamers who are getting banned for far less or getting permabanned. Then, in our realm here, we're talking about VTubers. You got people getting month-long suspensions for showing too much of their hip. We see people get indefinite suspensions.
Bro, legit today I was on freaking Twitter, and there was a couple of VTubers that I follow in the local community that freaking got banned.
Without explanation.
They didn't even show anything bad.
After weeks, but there's of course all the time lost in between. And here's this guy getting a 1 day off.
And it was because I guess their avatars were wearing like too skimpy of an outfit, even though for the majority of it their full body was covered.
But this whole thing is just an absolute mess. And here's his reaction to getting unbanned. By the way, he immediately gets ready to stream again with the ban tour, listing his most recent bans. The last one was in 2022, by the way, and showing some of the reasons why he's been banned, including his comments about America deserving 9/11, his comments advocating for violence against other U.S. officials, and so on and so forth. This is just exactly...
Like, he really is just showing off that he can literally promote terrorism, support terrorism, and call for the death of sitting government officials, and Twitch will do nothing. This is what this poster basically means.
Exactly what he's been allowed to do forever. Of course he's going to react like this because he's the golden boy on Twitch. He has not faced any consequences, and the second he got any, and rightfully so, man, he's had a really hard time. He can't accept it. He's being canceled. He's being targeted by all these bad people out there, including Asmongold in particular. He's like the boogeyman of this situation. He's pulling the strings over at Twitch, who also banned him for 2 weeks. You know, it's crazy the amount of reaches here. But anyways, that's the update on the situation for now. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Honestly,
and I'll see you next time.
It's just disgraceful on Twitch's part. It's disgraceful. It makes me feel like everybody at Twitch's leadership is disgusting, and frankly, I feel like they're all extremists too. Cause like in this one poster, Hassan is basically just flaunting the fact that he can be racist, be a terrorist, call for the death of senators, and nobody and Twitch is gonna be a-okay with him. Like, they're actual clowns. They are they are a joke at this point. And I agree with Elon Musk. I feel like the entirety of the Twitch staff, frankly, especially the leadership and anybody in charge of moderation needs to be fired. That's the only way we're gonna be able to fix the platform, I believe, at this point. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!